There comes a time in every man's life where you're overwhelmed with challenges, and the most logical thing to do in that situation is to give up, which most men do. However, when you give up, the failure is guaranteed. It is guaranteed that the desired outcome would never be realized. This is something that will keep you up at night. This is something that will haunt you for the rest of your life. My journey and my path to success has been that of an arduous destination, onerous journey towards success. We've experienced a lot of difficulties, ranging from financial difficulties to personal support. You see, my friend, where I'm from, there's really not much cheerleading going on. So belief has to come from yourself. Majority of you Westerners have zero idea that the average African man, let alone from Nigeria, has to deal with a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of problems, a lot of debt and financial struggle to be on the same plane with you. Is in the similitude, you're standing on ground, the other person has to climb out a hole to start the race. You see, you have the upper hand. Imagine waking up in a society where the most luxurious car is a Mercedes Benz from 2018 or 2020. In fact, the most ubiquitous Mercedes around here is 215, 216. And you have that kind of small result. You're a fucking big boy. You're a baller. You are him. Those are the kind of things we celebrate in this country. That is why we would never become superpower. Why our mates are thinking innovatively. From high school, they're already developing the software that we use on our phone. What are we thinking about? This person has the most elaborate birthday party. XYZ just got married and the wedding was mind blowing. X celebrity came and they fucking dumb. And you wonder why you are poor. I struggle to fathom how you humans think. I struggle to fathom how you humans see the world and see life. You're an average proletariat. You're the ordinary man. You have $0 in your bank account. Yet you spend your time instead of trying to figure out how to get out of that situation, or at least listening to someone who has done what you're about to do. Spend your time scrolling TikTok. Anyways, back to the original point about failure. See, success is a very elusive result, and it comes and overtakes you in your lowest moments. Just when you're about to give up is where success is found. There's this quote: if you found out you were 30 failures away from your desired outcome, how fast would you feel? Would you wake up with enthusiasm and excitement? Everything depends on perception. Perception is how the world functions. According to Leonardo da Vinci, nothing is good or bad except thinking makes it so. And I concede with that philosophy. You can have a 3 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10. Yes, you would enjoy this one and detest the other. Why is this the case? Although the same whole of intimacy, your mind tells you to relish the moment with one and detest the experience with the former. Perception. Perception. You perceive that one is of a higher value than her counterpart. One is more difficult to attain. That's why she's desirable. And it's basic economics of demand and supply. What is low in demand or what is low in supply? Demand skyrockets. What is high in supply? Demand diminishes. Same thing with the lady. So I don't want to already explain or tie it to the point, something you've already grasped by now. But if you are in that moment, about to give up, overwhelmed by challenges, my friend, the challenges you face now are the stories you would one day tell. I've shared countless stories on this platform, but those stories weren't as fun as they sound. Now you hear them. I'm fucking losing my mind going through those experiences. And losing my mind is an exaggeration because I refuse to use that word on myself. I will not lose my mind. So I meant it as a metaphor. It wasn't as, once you tell it within a minute's accuracy, it seems as though the end is already predicted. But just know it was difficult, and the challenges you go through would be the stories you tell. Run away from anybody who doesn't have a story behind his results. That person is too innocent to advise you. As usual, my philosophy is your result in any sphere is what gives you authority to address matters. Anyone who has not undergone the experience tied to the results I desire, I won't fucking listen to him. For the sake of time, we'll keep it here. As always, my friends, it's a pleasure speaking to you. See you in the next one.